All right, some big news out of the Supreme Court today as it releases its new order list for cases for the coming months. And with another Trump presidency on the horizon, there's, of course, keen interest in the issues that they're taking up and how the court might look like over the next couple of years. So let's bring in CBS News chief legal correspondent, Jan Crawford. She's here to discuss all of this for us. Jan, it's great to see you. So let's begin with that list. What are some of the big cases we're looking out for?
Well, Vlad, I got to tell you, today it's kind of like the day when you get in the blocks, you're ready for the big race, and then they just scratch it because there was nothing on that orders list. I mean, no real grants to speak of, nothing that big. So today was kind of a let's wait and come back next week and see if they'll take something up. But just because there wasn't anything on the orders list today, Vlad, does not mean that the court is not a focus of attention, as you said. And really what everybody's talking about today in terms of the court is what is going on with the justices and which one of them may or may not be stepping down. So that's kind of what we've been focusing on today while we're waiting on another orders list maybe next week.
So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. We did have a chat last week, too, Jan. But what's sort of new is that you're actually seeing some people almost wishing for certain justices to step down. And, you know, you don't tell a Supreme Court justice to do anything that they don't want to do. And I found it kind of interesting that it's even some of those conservative SCOTUS watchers like Leonard Leo who are saying, hey, this is a little unseemly that people are pressuring Justice Thomas or Justice Alito to step down so that President-elect Trump can get another couple of conservative justices in there that are younger. What are you hearing from your sources?
Well, that's so true, Vlad. You know, and last week, of course, we were focused on whether or not Justice Alito and Justice Thomas might step down. I think, as I said last week, there's no question that Justice Alito is going to retire in the next 4 years. It's just a question of when. Thomas, you know, he's kind of stubborn, and we're not really sure about that. He'll make that decision. And, you know, you don't want to backfire. I mean, Justice Ginsburg didn't like it when people were telling her to step down. And look what happened. She stayed on. Many people, certainly if you're liberal, believe way too long. And as a result, a conservative replaced her who voted to overturn Roe versus Wade. So, you know, there's this fine line. And what we saw last week was the Democrats were starting to try to say, but Justice Sotomayor, you know, if you step down now, you're 70 and you're liberal. And so you could step down and President Biden could put your replacement on the bench, and then at least we would have that liberal seat there for another 30 or 40 years. Well, of course, Justice Sotomayor, who is only 70 years old, by far not anywhere near the oldest justice on the bench, kind of put the word out among people close to the court, and certainly I heard it. She's not going anywhere. Let's just move on. That's ridiculous. So, you know, it's a fine line on whether or not you want them to get off, but you don't want it to backfire. So Sotomayor is not going to retire. Justice Alito, I think that one is likely.
Yeah, I sort of feel, you know this better than I do, Jan, but I kind of think that Thomas also is probably going to, you know, just like the last African-American justice on the bench, Thurgood Marshall, you know, going to keep being on that bench until he can't anymore. And so, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be in the cards.
Well, Vlad, you know, I mean, he did replace, you know, that liberal icon. And, you know, he was the second African-American. We've got Justice Jackson now. But, you know, he's stubborn. And he doesn't really care what people say.
Yeah, I get that sense. Jan, always great to have you on to talk about this. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Thank you.